Hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekly messages for January 5th to the 11th of 2020. And let's just see what comes up today. I'm just going to keep it loose as usual. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already so you can get more readings from me. And check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. All right, so without further ado, let's start with some oracle cards as usual. Okay, the affirmator for this week is perseverance. It seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it, you just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier, blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like frickin' pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. I think this is the perfect card to start off like the first full weekly messages of the year. Because a lot of you are probably in the goal setting, ambitious tone right now. A lot of people start off the year that way. I am not one of those people, but I do set intentions and things. And so when you're looking at a really long-term goal or something that you're going to be tackling over the next year when it's a big project, this is something where perseverance is what's absolutely supporting you and helping you to get to where you need to go. So definitely look at this from the standpoint of this is a long haul. This is something that I'm going to be committing to. This is something I need to persevere through. And that is going to help you not put so much pressure on the moment to moment and instead do things that are in alignment for the entire year. Okay, then what else do we have going on? Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Okay, I like this card. I think there's still some shifting and you're still getting your footing in this new flow or whatever you might be wanting to accomplish over the next year or however long, right? I think that's just the mindset that's happening. And I say this often, do not be afraid to adjust. Don't be afraid to troubleshoot. Don't be afraid to make modifications that you need to in order to get the results that you want. Don't dig your heels into just doing one thing. Really be willing to adapt. And I see this as either what you're pursuing, like changes need to happen in order for you to get to that place or reach that goal, or this is something where your alignment is changing. So your what people call frequency or your energetic composition is what's changing in order for you to get to that next level. So this is very exciting. And then what else? What oracle card do you guys need? Vitality, protect your energy. Invite life-affirming relationships to release energy. Vampires, honor your body's requests. Okay, so really being super, super conscientious. What energy and information am I holding in my body? That is what's going to be the game changer for you. And I see this as whatever activities you're investing in, so long as they are supporting you, either helping you cultivate the energy that you want or putting you in a direction that feels really good and is in alignment, you're going to be in good shape. So be really mindful of your energy, protect your energy, and definitely cut the stuff that just isn't aligning with you. Okay. Four of Crystals, control, security. So the nice thing about the Four of Pentacles is what this correlates to, is that it's about reservation. So same thing that we had over here, protect your energy. That's what the Four of crystals and pentacles is helping you do. I actually think that this week is going to be good to choke back on things. If there's stuff that you want to stop doing, if there's stuff that you want to quit, that's what I would pay attention to. It's more about what you're removing more than what you're adding and implementing. That stuff, of course, matters a lot. But sometimes if you're just doing things or you have habits that really are not conducive to you living in the highest expression of yourself, sometimes that's what you want to take care of first. And that's what the Four of Crystals is helping you figure out. So just observe this, right? Observe it within yourself. You don't need to like punish yourself over that. Just observe. And then we have the Three of Feathers, release, recovery. Yep, see, this is all within the theme of I'm letting go of the things that aren't resonant with me, of the things that aren't helping me, of the things that are getting in the way. So I just see this as a big reality check of what is or is not working, especially if you are starting something new, a new project, a new job, a new habit, a new whatever, a new style of healing. You might realize that there's a whole bunch of stuff that you kind of want to declutter. So I think this week, just focus on what do you need to stop doing in order to make space for the things you do want. Okay, and we have Ace of Feathers, mental clarity, foundation. Yes, 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 this is all on point. This is a very January reading. You know, with the Ace of Feathers, it's kind of like laying the foundation. If you have the understanding of this is what I want to go for, this is what I'm aiming at, the Ace of Feathers is helping you get really, really clear on it. And then actually laying the bricks. So that's why you have to have this Three of Feathers, Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles coming up here, because it's helping you to call your energy back, be more conservative so you can actually implement the things that you do want. And that's where the foundation is going to come in. Let's see what else we have this week. Five of Acorns, challenges, growth. Okay, yes, 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 yes. This is all on point with, hello, new year, new habits, new things that you're doing or trying or experimenting or intending. All of that stuff is going to come with growing pains. You guys know this is my favorite card, the Five of Wands. So it's just one of those things where I would not recommend fighting yourself on this, and instead leaning into it and embracing it. Embrace the change, embrace the friction, embrace all of the things that might otherwise be kind of irritating, and that's where you're going to get the best results. You're problem solving this week. And then we have the Knight of Crystals, endurance, determination. Okay, so whatever it is and whenever you decide to refine what it is that you're after, because I'm assuming if you're watching a reading like this, then you probably want a forecast of what's coming up. And you're the one who's actually in charge of what lies ahead, right? We all are responsible for that within our own lives in many capacities. And so this is just helping you refine all of that. It's like, okay, are you serious? Are you willing to do the uncomfortable things in order to get to that next level? The thing that you're focusing on, the goal, the ambition, whatever, it's going to organically push you outside of your comfort zone. So all of these are like, you have to endure being outside of your comfort zone until that becomes comfortable and until you become confident in that space. That's kind of the trick here. So don't be afraid of the discomfort this week. And I know that's not what people want to hear, but that's really what a new version of yourself is going to require you to be different and for you to have a different standard of what you're doing and accepting and tolerating. We have the Ten of Shells, blessing, well-being. This is the Ten of Cups, happy, happy, joy, joy, celebration. All of the good stuff is here so long as you don't hide from having to endure the discomfort, right? And I'm all for alignment. That's the goal. But a lot of the time, and I know this is so counterintuitive, even practicing staying in alignment and doing what you're being guided to do is uncomfortable. Like that in itself can be really challenging. So you're not alone in that. Just know that the rewards for whatever you're going after are really, really massive. So don't hide from them. And we have the Emperor, focus, stability. This is also divine masculine. This is the type of energy that we want in order to get things done. If we were exclusively in feminine energy, there would be no structure at all. It would be all flow, and then it becomes too watery, right? If you have too much feminine. And so the masculine is helpful. If you get too far into those extremes, either way, it can cause some bugs in the system. But I think this week you're going to want to focus on what constraints, what helpful limitations, what helpful pillars do I need to implement, or what boundaries do I need to have with myself in order to make what I want, in order to get this 10 of Cups. There's a path to this, and the more co-creative you get with God, universe, divine source, whatever you like to work with, so long as you're co-creating from that space and then showing up in the ways that you need to, right? How much masculine energy you're bringing into things is more subjective, right? It's going to vary person to person, but not being afraid of these things, not demonizing it, but instead just being curious in what ways do I need to pull my energy back and give it to myself. I'm going to clarify the Emperor. Ace of Swords again. Just think about it. Consider it. Like, ask yourself, what is it that I need to do, where you can even get quiet, right? You don't want to overthink it to death. But just ask yourself the question of, like, what do I need to do in order to get to this 10 of Cups? And the quiet space, the emptiness, is where you're going to hear the clarity. It's where you're going to get the information and the wisdom. So don't be afraid of that. Just be curious and then implement the boundaries where you need to. Like I said in the very beginning, if you know that there's something that you're doing that is interrupting what you actually desire, or it's getting in the way of you being your most productive, healthy, vibrant version of yourself, it's time to cut that out. Okay, and let's do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, ask for clarity, guidance, whatever it is that you're needing. Deep breath into the diaphragm. Card number 1, we have the Empress, so divine feminine. Okay, if you picked this card, then you might actually have an imbalance in both the masculine and feminine. So if you use this too much and you're actually lacking flow and ease and grace and listening to your intuition, don't neglect this. Don't take what I'm saying as, oh, she says I need more structure, and so you want to, do even more of that, even if that's already what you have. Pay attention to what your body needs in particular. What are you needing more of, right? The composition of these things are going to be very different for each person. And so you just want to pay attention to, am I doing too much structure? Am I being too rigid with myself? Am I sucking the joy out of my daily routine, right? Or am I sucking the joy and the life and the spirit out of my ambitions? If that's the case, you need more feminine energy. Don't be afraid of this. Don't be afraid of the masculine. Just make sure you're not bombarding yourself with too much of one or the other at this point in time. Play with it. Experiment with it. And also be open to receiving more if you pick this card. Card number 2, we have the Page of Pentacles. This looks like an endeavor to me, like there's something that's still coming together. And you can see, because this is a really disjointed figure, it's not like all the way together. I think that there's still a lot of moving parts. There's still a lot of moving pieces and things that are still coming together. So don't worry, you don't have to finish it overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? And neither is the ambition that you have. It's not going to be done overnight. So just work with yourself, find your flow, find what feels good, helpful constraints, helpful boundaries, focus on what is it that you're building for yourself, and you're going to get there. So just keep giving it effort, keep showing up for the thing that you're working on, whether that be personal, professional, romantic. And then card number 3, we have the 3 of Cups. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy this process. No matter what you are trying to implement this year or in this month, make sure it's something you actually feel really good about, and get really clear on your intentions behind it. Like, why do you want that habit? Why do you have that goal? And when you can attach it to a really solid why, it's going to make it more enjoyable for yourself. So I'm getting the secret here is really to focus on pleasure at the end of the day. Like, is it something that you're following your heart around, or is it something that you're punishing yourself with? The punishing energy isn't going to go over well. You want it to be fun, enjoyable, empowering, things that are going to help you expand rather than contract. When you get into that beating yourself up over a goal, you're going to contract, and it's going to be hard to grow from that space. If you challenge yourself and you're doing things that push you outside of your comfort zone and they're expansive, because we want to do hard stuff, we want to do challenging things for our well-being, then you're going to be able to find some flow with it, find some fun, joy, achievement, accomplishment. There's a lot of joy in that. So just make sure your intentions are really, really solid with you. Make sure your why is something that feels good to you, and that's where things are really going to expand. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me as always. If you need any help, if you would like to get a free Dealing with Family meditation, go sign up for my newsletter. And check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. If you need to put yourself on the books, if you need to work with me, you're more than welcome to. Go to onyxhealing.com, check everything out, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.